Test your sight.
Hello, welcome to another Matt just cries and looks at his old art. We took a look at my DeviantArt. There was some stuff there. There was, of course, the DBZ, the Black Goku art, which I'm still reeling from that any of you responded to it at all and just even looked at that just because it was such an odd period in my life. But Mortal Kombat was also an odd period of my life. Like, pretty much my entire, late childhood to teen years was all Mortal Kombat. And still love Mortal Kombat to this day. And there was a whole depository of my old fan art from specifically around the PS2 days of Mortal Kombat, the dark years of Deadly Alliance, Deception, and of course, Armageddon. MK5.org was where I posted a lot of this stuff, but there were some odds and ends in other places, dark corners of the nether realm where I found some of my old stuff. And most of this isn't even on my DeviantArt account, so this should be new to a lot of you, but not all of you. There's a few little, some of the better pieces of MK stuff I did was on my DeviantArt account. That was basically it. There's a lot worse stuff that I was able to dredge up from the bottom of the depths. So we're going to take a look at that, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And here we are with our Frosty Ninja friend. This is probably one of the earlier, and you can tell, pieces of fan art I did for Mortal Kombat games, specifically when I was, even able to sort of draw. Of course, I started with MK Deadly Alliance, which I believe this was Sub-Zero's alternate look. You could, his default was, the MK3 looking older man Sub-Zero that was unmasked, but I preferred this. A lot of people just prefer the ninja looks. I don't know what to say about this. This is all awful. This is really bad. I don't know what these throbbo penis veins are on his arms. I don't remember him having that. I think in the game. So I think I was trying to show the strain of just shooting his normal everyday projectile that he shoots all the time, even needs to chill a drink. So I don't know what I was thinking there. I think my mind was still in Dragon Ball land at this time. So there's not enough Misty bullshit zooming into his hand. So let's put some more Misty bullshit coming out of his mask. And he did do that around this time of MK games. They'd always show frosty breath coming from his mask. But not content, I frosty breathed up his eyes as well. His forehead is gigantic. Looks like he's from Code Lyoko. I don't know what these gray ice cream bars are. I don't recall that on his character model. This is little dragon medallion that powers Sub-Zero up. It was a weird MacGuffin that just barely got an answer or a question relegated to it. It was just this throwaway fucking token that was in the MK games around this time. The font's nice. I think that looks okay. In case you guys don't know who the fuck this is, it's fucking Sub-Goddamn-Zero. In case you're all confused. The lighting and coloring is really lazy. The line work is lazy. This is probably, I want to say, 2002 to 2003, because that's when that game was released. So I'm gonna go off that. I guess this version I was able to snag off the interweb tournaments. Maybe wasn't the full thing, because you see the switcher down there kind of got cut off. So that sucks. But whatever. I did it. You can clearly see I did it. It's not that great. I did it. Here we have, of course, the lizardy ninja reptile. Not quite a ninja in Deadly Alliance. They fucked him up. I'd rather this had been a completely new character than Reptile, because then they just walked it back. They just made him more and more of a normal ninja as time went on, because everyone fucking hated this design for Reptile. I was a little ambivalent towards it. I thought it was a nice change, but I was kind of like, I'd rather have the ninja look. And they didn't even give him that as an alternate in the game. It was either this or it was this, but with kind of different bits of armor and such. But he was still just like a weird lizard man. And I like Lizard Man as Lizard Man. And like Soul Calibur, I kind of want Reptile to be, a cross between a ninja and a reptile man, shape of water dude, shape of scales dude. So there's some interesting things here. This is already a huge improvement from the last one. See, I got really in there with scalies there, just putting it on his skin, which is kind of ambitious for me at this time. I think actually this pose is pretty cool. I don't know what this background is from. It's clearly not from something I did. It seems to be like there's a ship back there and he's just on a little shit rock. I don't know what this is. This is my attempt to try to do something like, look at this Rob Liefeld fucking shortcut. Look how bad that is. It's so bad. I didn't know how to draw his fucking feet. Here too. Oh, so bad. So bad. It's terrible. Aside from that, look, I put a little shadow where his butt tail comes out from. That's cool. There's some lazy line work here and there. A lot of the lighting still makes no sense. But it's not that bad, honestly. It's really not that bad. He got his big, dumb machete weapon that he had in the game. I think it did a decent job of these bandages. This one doesn't really make much sense, but overall it's not bad. I think I put all my years of drawing Venom to good use here, because this is a Mark Bagley Venom tongue with the little spittle, and I hope it's spittle coming off there. But yeah, I was kind of surprised when I looked at this again. A little glow around his creepy eye. That's pretty cool. Here we have the God of Thunder, Kid Thunder himself, Raiden. Back when they didn't know how to fucking spell his name. Is it Raiden or is it Raiden? I don't know. Everyone calls him Raiden. No one calls him Raiden in Mortal Kombat, so I don't know what the problem was with there. This is his alternate look from MK Deadly Alliance, which I loved at the time and I still really like. I really dug the wandering samurai look. It's like in his off time, Raiden just wanders the earth a little bit, just in and out of, like, you know, Japan and the Himalayas, let's say. I thought of a whole backstory of this costume because I loved it so much. In the game, though, his rice hat is always on his back, which is still kind of cool, but I decided to put it on top, just so you know it's Raiden. But yeah, where is his eyes? I don't know where's his eyes at. Do you guys know where his eyes is? They're somewhere there. I should have dropped this hat more because we're kind of looking a bit underneath, but it's a pretty sharp profile of him. I don't think we're a bit that too low that we have to see under the hat, because that just fucks up where his eyes are. I could have just drawn some like more black, like dark shadows with my inking pen. I'm just looking at this pen work and like, yeah, that's how I did it back in the day. I see a lot of scratchies. I kind of lost it when I was selecting the layers, so a lot of the detail of these lines got lost. It's very basic looking stuff, but still it's a cool pose, and I stole this photograph. I stole this photograph. Sometimes it makes me laugh, but in this instance I used it to, you know, some type of, you know, Japanese mountain, maybe. I don't think this is Mount Fuji. This looks like Mount Everest. Who knows what it is? Maybe some of you out there might be telling me what mountain range this is from. A lot of lazy little like light sources coming off his katana there. I have a katana. I think I threw it there. I can't remember his alternate design had katanas, because his default weapon in the game was a staff, which, let's follow it, everybody, should be appearing there. But I didn't do it, because fuck it. A lot of lazy just swipes, you know, still not putting a lot of work into that stuff. There's the switcher right there. You know, not that great. Really didn't really get a handle that, you know, I should put more work into these things. His long ponytail is garbo hair. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this. It's all over the place. I don't even know if he had that. If I recall, this he has like little like man bun with a little like small ponytail, just kind of like a top knot. It was kind of like that, but I was, fuck it. I think I put my own spin on the character design, and it's not a great one for it. I really wish they'd bring this design even as a default or an alternate costume in a future MK game. I'm almost sure MK11 or whatever is going to have that gear system from Injustice 2. So I'm going to assume you're going to be able to swap out bits and bobs on your MK characters, because that's what you want to do, and that's what I would like to do. I would love to make this style of Raiden in my game. Also, I don't know what these characters mean. I just think I just threw it there because they looked cool. I don't think it means anything. Maybe someone can let me know if it means anything in the comments or whatever, because I don't know. I think I just bullshitted that. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, fucking Lord. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, I can already tell what happened here in this fucking disaster. This is clearly me finding a picture of a sexy lady in maybe a Sears catalog or whatever, and I was like, I'll put Lee May's alternate design on it, and yeah, I just kind of took that pose and ran with it. This is fucking awful. There's a lot of bad woman drawing things that I was doing here. This nose, that's how I thought women's noses specifically, is just two little air holes in her face. Kind of looks like a lizard in one line there. That's enough. These lips are god-awful. They look like wax lips you buy at a store. Her makeup looks nice around the eyes. Her eyes are not that bad. This is the worst hair. This looks like she just put a fucking sheet of plastic on her head and just, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking with this. Oh, look, I decided to do a very, very feminine type of font here. Lee May. Little pink there. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Some of this lighting is not too horrendous. You can see you just have the light spots on the tatters over there and over there. They kind of make sense a little bit better than I was doing before. Certainly, and she's like, I'm pulling my pants down so you can see my kuka. But not really. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what that is. I think that was part of her costume. I can't remember. Is this the symbol of vagina? I don't know what. Did she have this in her alternate costume? I'm gonna have to take a look at that later. I don't know, but I do remember her alternate unlockable costume, which is way worse than her default. Her default with the big flowing pants is much, much better. I don't know why I didn't draw that, because I wanted to draw sexy ladies. This is really bad. The switcher just kind of threw another Asian looking background there. I'm gonna guess it's at a Sakura festival or something. Oh, this is really embarrassing. I'm sorry I'm putting everyone through this. Yeah, her face is just, and her hair is just awful. The rest of it's okay. But like I said, I probably drew this off an existing pose, so don't give me any credit. Don't clap at all for this awful Lee May. Alright, here we have injecting some of OC-ness into this. This is a Scorpion design. I kind of designed myself. I believe I called this Super Scorpion. Do you like Spawn much, Matt? You like Spawn? Because it looks like you like Spawn. At least there's some style here. I went really, really dark with shadows and the ink work. I think this is supposed to be like more of a Grim Reaper type of Scorpion. Just tatters of clothes just hanging off here. I don't know. Just shreds of clothing hanging off. These weird shin guards, the vague skull design, I guess. This bullshit nothing. This is absolutely nothing. It's gotta be. I have no idea. I just slapped that on there. That looks good. Yeah. This hides a lot of my inadequacies. This thing though, that doesn't hide any inadequacy. This is fucking stupid. I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to make like a pointed hood. I don't know. I think I should have just kept it like normal Scorpion type. And we see we have sexual energy shooting out of his eyes. That's pretty cool. And just this swipe down there, very inconsistent with the light sources that are going on the yellow part of his chest. Fucking stupid. Big buff guys like to put straps on their muscles to show off their muscles, just like me, so that's why you got that there. There's all types of fucked up things going on in these shadows over here. Still though, it's not like awful, like Lee May's way worse. I don't know, birds for scale, I guess. I think I was trying to do a swarm of crows. I don't know, I can't tell if I put this myself or that was already on there. I don't really know what I was thinking with this. This went nowhere, oddly enough. And shockingly, yeah, I didn't really go with this design in the future. Get fucking in. Here's Kenshi. This is specifically called Bloody Kenshi. One of the few new characters from the PS2 games I actually liked, as a lot of people did. You know, this is pretty cool. I think I went maybe just a bit overboard with the blood, with the jelly splattered on his face. Looks kind of cool, actually. I really feel this could be titled differently. I think this could be called, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing." Because he's just slashing at something. This katana is all types of fucked up. This blade is way too wide, I think. So he's slashing each other. I like to hope he's killing Shang Sun, who he doesn't like. Big fucking knacker lens flare right here. No reason for it. It's shining off the sword. This infers that maybe someone has a flashlight pointed at Kenshi in the darkness and it's glinting off his sword. There's no sun. There shouldn't be a glint off his sword that bad. Enough to make this fucking solar flare shoot off. But this has a certain style of it. Like I could have run with this where I made like a bloody series for each character. It's very close up and visceral. Remember in MK9 they had all those little posters that were like different characters killing like a silhouette off screen, and there's just blood everywhere. It was like, Scorpion killing Sub-Zero, and like Liu Kang killing like a rando guy punching through his chest. They did a lot of those MK9 kind of wallpapers. I could have run with this and made one for every single dude, but I didn't like a lot of the dudes in the game, so I think his hair looks kind of cool in an anime way. This is not too terrible. It's hiding a lot of shit. The shadows and the blackness of the background, just kind of hiding a lot of stuff. Oh, I don't have to do a background. Nice. But I'll sit here and make a million little dabs with the paintbrush. And some of them are blurry to imply they're in the background, even though these are clearly in front of his arm. His arm is more in focus. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Yeah, this actually kind of holds up a little bit as a very edgelord thing to draw, but that was the style at the time. Oh, I did make a series of these. This is called Bloody Scorpion. Not quite the same gravitas as Bloody Kenshi. Let's get up all and in there. I don't know what I was doing with all these like extra lines and wrinkles in his eyes. It does make him look older and weird. It kind of looks like maybe he's on the fucking toilet and he's having a really rough time on there. You see it? I see it. Again, I was trying to put some weird OC-ness. This is just random shredded shoulders of Scorpion. This blood is all... This is much, much more lazy than Kenshi. Not much to say about it. I kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe Scorpion's in the middle of a food fight or something. Random splashes of white light sourcing from something. The blood looks a lot worse in this. But yeah, I guess I did try to start sort of a trend with making a bloody close-up, really intense Mortal Kombat portraits. I don't know, but I definitely abandoned it after this, clearly. Oh, here we go. Another Scorpion. This is called Two Scorpions. You get it? You get it? So, I was trying to do some different things with the character. I started making these weird bony protrusions coming out of his arms. I think I was trying to be like he's turning into an actual scorpion. I think this design is heavily lifted off maybe MK Shaolin Monks. I think Scorpion's design was looking a bit more like that, but I can't remember. Maybe it was something similar. But, or maybe it's just his MK Deadly Alliance design, because I think this predates Shaolin Monks when that game came out. Yeah, I put a big fucking dirty Scorpion in the background with the fucking edge on it, on the legs. Oh, it looks so bad. Of course, I definitely remember making this shitty fire background, which is basically making a bunch of wavy lines of red and yellow, and then taking a shitload of filters and like wiping it up, I think. You know what? This design is not actually that bad. These feel a little futuristic. These don't mesh with that kind of feel. But there's something to say about Scorpion turning into an actual, like, demon, where you can see it physically manifesting off his arms. Like, look at these big... Why did I put Wolverine arms? Those are fucking Wolverine arms with the hair on there. That's a Wolverine fucking... I just ripped off Wolverine's arms and just stuck them on a Scorpion action figure. This isn't too bad. I think I'm getting better with lighting and some of the line work is getting better there. It's not, there's still some laziness I can see, blah 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 blah, but it's really stupid. I don't know why I thought this was cool. It looks so shitty just having a scorpion there, and I just took a photo manipulation. It looks so bad. I wish I had taken the time to fucking actually draw a scorpion. I could draw a scorpion, no problem, but I just didn't want to at the time, I guess. All right, we got Kano. We got my main man Kano. Look, he studied all of Sonya's moves. I remember this Kano design from MK Deadly Alliance, and I liked it. He had a lock of Sonya's hair because they had a scrap before that game, and I think there was this little keepsake. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go get you, bad. You know, so this isn't too bad. I again went overboard on the hair, I think, but the line work is getting a little more intricate. Again, lens flares. Everyone loves lens flares. Look at them lens flares, lensing it up in the flares. This font is pretty cool. That looks nice. The red isn't, again, all pixelated, so I must have saved this in the right file format, / resolution, whatever. His pants, his big crotchal region getting a little lazy. I didn't really spend that much time on that, but the rest of it I certainly did. It's not too bad of a pose, and it's getting Kano across as a big, tough, powerful guy. Don't know why I didn't bother doing pupils on his eyes. He totally had a pupil on his eye there. I think maybe I was thinking he was powering up, so he was going one level beyond regular Kano. There's some weirdness going on here. I did this in like pure black marker or pen, and then I just kind of took a brush and went meh, and then that's it. And this vest here is getting really lazy. Really a lot of soft lighting. It doesn't make it look all that great, honestly. The pose is cool. I think some of the line work is not bad, but that's about it. I guess this area kind of works with his eyes. I was shooting lasers out all the fucking time at that point in the games, I believe. So, I mean, not that terrible, but you know, it could be better, honestly. Okay, we got Dattara and her Mrs. Brooks big flotation titties. That's too much, even for me. I don't know what I was thinking, but Dattara, I think I just drew her because I was like, oh, it's cool. It's like a sexy vampire lady. But I don't think I actually liked the design. I don't think it was actually good. And this character has never shown up again, even though, like, Scarlet in MK9 was basically a vampire. She's all into blood and shit and blood-based orgies and whatnot. They could have put Dattara in there, but because it's a vampire, fuck's sake, she had a really lame fatality where she just kind of sucked your blood a bit more than normal. And they could have just stuck her in there, but nope. It went with Scarlet because they were like, fuck this character. She had big dumb bat wings, as you can see, and she had, some type of Japanese characters imprinted on her wings. It was weird. And it's also fucked up because you could play on stages during the day with Dattara, so I don't know what the fuck. They try to get across the idea that there was also a vampire race in Outworld, but no one ever believed that. Everyone's like, that's bullshit. So, you can see this is around the same time I did Kano because we had the same sort of font here. I think I was planning to do all of them because I was so in love with those amazing PS2 Mortal Kombat games. But yeah, the lighting is about the same-ish here. It's not terrible. It's very bright, a lot of shine, but it's not too bad. Like, her fucking proportions are out of control. There is no control. It's just, these are Hitomi Tanaka levels almost. And Dattara was not that busty. Certainly busty, not that busty. She's got a lot of bullshit attached to her general vagina area. Just a little sword, little dagger that's just being kept in place by these sex chains. And there's this weird fucking medallion just stapled. It's just so fucking stupid. You can see I've kind of reused the background from that scorpion picture. 2 scorpions before. Her eyes are cool. Her eyes are neat. I think they were like that in the game as well. Not much to say about Dattara because who the fuck gives a shit about Dattara. But moving on, let's see what we have next. There we have Frost, one of the worst ever. Well, some people liked her. I think I liked her for a bit, but she was so lame personality-wise. She was like this bratty child that was always like, I'm better than you, Sub-Zero. I'm better than you. I can be better than you. Please, Sub-Zero, look at me. It's like John Cena talking to The Undertaker. So, yeah, this is Dattara. This is fucking Frost. This is her alternate design. I kind of forget which one this was. But she was basically a member of the Lin Kuei when Sub-Zero took it over. And she's just basically Sub-Zero again, but she's a lady. Her tits are bad. They are bad. I drew them bad. I did bad boobs here. This one is so weird. It's fucking disgusting, as Mr. G*321 would say. The pose is not too bad. She's kind of jumping around. I did do this background more or less by hand, I think. I just want to imply a snowy forest. The lighting is not too bad. It's somewhat consistent. The light source is coming from here, even though it's technically behind her. But, I mean, I was trying to at least have more of the harsh lighting where it should be, less over there. It looks kind of aesthetically okay. There's still some shittiness over here. I got really lazy with making these like icicle, like snowflake designs rather. There's my little signature right there. So it's okay, but man, Frost ain't never coming back. I'm gonna say that. Just like Dattara, you know, just Sub-Zero is fine. If you want to think up a new cool female character, think up a new cool female character, not in the temperature sense, okay? Just that. Those fucking hair. God. Frost. Yeah, Astra. Astra's okay. And speaking of cool female characters, even though she technically looks like she could be a Raiden, she really sort of wasn't. She was like a demon hunter, and she got sent to hell and was trying to get out of it. She's got these impurities in her soul. I think this looks pretty decent overall. We got her weird, like, spindly sword, tornado sword, I forget what it was called. She had an alternate design that was a bit different. It was a bit more skimpy, but I thought this was okay. Yeah, you do get the sense that she's a Ryan just because of the hat, even though it's not a rice hat, and her robes are very, very different. I think they should have gone. I think they should have gone for a different color scheme for her, for a default at least, just to make her stand out from Raiden a little bit. Her personality-wise, she was kind of lame. Her voice was bad, and she really felt like not a very important character to the overall lore. I think this is a background just straight out of Soul Calibur 2. Pretty sure. I think even this pose was like from maybe a Soul Calibur character. I'm not sure, but yeah. I think the lighting here and the coloring look pretty good. The shadows over here look good, especially around the arm and stuff. It's not too bad. Actually, there's some stupidness going on inside her sleeve. The background's really, really lazy. Like I should have like used the background as a template and just kind of done it over again or whatever. Just made splotches of color and blurred it up. Because yeah, the background also takes away from. There's so much detail in the background. It's very busy. And just kind of throwing it there. She just kind of melds into it a bit too much. Doesn't stand out. Lens flare! Anyway, not too bad. Overall, I'm actually kind of pleased with this. There's some stupidities going on over here, but we're looking at my old art. There's always going to be stupidities. There we go. We got the many. I am a lot, but you are very few. You're like one guy. I'm many guys. Macro. Yeah, I was digging Ermac at this time. He had this little weird gem that was actually important to his character, but I forget why. The lighting here is pretty cool. I don't mind this at all. I'm using the black background as he's kind of emerging from the shadows, and this is your light source, and I was kind of doing it around this time. So we are now in MK, I didn't talk about before, but Deception time, because Ermac and Ashura only came about in those games, so we're in there. This kind of looks a little, I wish I could have either made this lighting a little bit better, more cohesive around. It just kind of looks like an outline. It's a little lazy, but the detail on the on the bandages is actually quite nice. I was trying to do some texturing over there, so you can definitely see I'm improving, at least in the details and stuff. Much better than that original Sub-Zero picture we looked at. You know, it kind of holds up. The blackness of the background, it does make me feel like it's a little lazy. I think the font is kind of cool. I was trying to give them their own font title plates, you know, and all that, so I was trying to think about the presentation a bit more. His hand is pretty shit, I'm going to be honest, and some of the stuff around here is not too great. I could have done more detailed line work a little bit more, and it's just like basic colors over here, but, you know, it's not half bad, actually. I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, Onaga, the Dragon King. Onaga's the fucking worst. Just the most powerful being of all that was never ever mentioned before that game. That Shao Kahn stole his like realm from him, even though the realm of Outworld was originally Edenian. That was Gerard or Jared or whatever. And then they're just like, no, Onaga, he's here now. It's like, shut up. Still though, Onaga's fucking stupid cool. Like, there's a lot of cellness going on. He's gonna try to sell like Jaguar patterns and trying to do scales. The musculature here is pretty cool though. You see I was also using craculature. It was an old Photoshop filter. I'm not even sure if it's in Photoshop anymore. Or a texture, sorry, a Photoshop texture. I just tried to put there to make some type of like lazy texture. I was doing my own thing with this. I think this is like the fucking grass brush that I just try to make like, you know, like scratched up metal or whatever. Still, this isn't too bad. Does he really have a skull there? That's a very Shao Kahn thing to do, or Scorpion. Seems a little odd. There's also a cool fire background. I think this is actually a fire background that you could just find on Google. Maybe. I'm not sure if it's still there. I used it for a lot of things that I wanted to use fire for, and then I just look little embers just burning away. Really lazy here. Like, I could have made this probably bigger or zoomed it out more, because what's his hand doing? Is it shooting a fist? Is it flipping the bird? Is he hailing a taxi? We don't know. What is this gem? Is it a fucking Kamidogu? I don't remember, because Onaga's deal is that he just wants the Kamidogus for whatever reason. Ask Brennan Williams, he might know. There's a lot of shit going on here, like his horn just going directly onto this bony, you know, protrusion of his fucking wings. Look at this. The fucking wing here, curvature, is over here, but then it's way higher up over here. It looks like fucking shit. Maybe it's because he's lifting his arm, but I don't think I thought that far ahead or that deeply about it. He's lifting his arm a bit more, so maybe that's why the wing is rising, but it's bad. This tail is just really stupid. I probably shouldn't have put this here at all. Maybe I could have had it coming around here, and then the tail would, and here would just not be taking away the focus on the wing, because it makes no sense. It's just needlessly busy. But still, though, it's colorful. It's at least a little bit dynamic, I guess. I could have done better, honestly. And we're in Onaga now, so yeah, again, still Deception era. Maybe it could have even been done around MK Armageddon time. I don't remember. But yeah, it's okay. I like this a lot less than some of the ones we just looked at. Actually, there's some really bad mistakes here that kind of ruin the, you know, detail and the lighting and the decent pose. His face is also kind of lazy. I don't know why I put those there. His eyes are so close to the little wrinkles here. Like, this just looks a little messy. I don't know. Here we go. More ride down. I actually think maybe this was back. No, the lighting looks a little consistent with the stuff we've last looked at, especially the body. The line works a bit better, so I do think this was a bit after that other Raiden picture I did. You could tell I really, really liked Raiden at this point. Yeah, and I got the hair right. This is actually what his hair is supposed to look like. And I remember his hat was actually much more ornate than the rice hat I did before. It had like these kind of baubles on top and these like sort of protrusions. A much more heavy looking hat. It is a fucking shit background. It looks real bad. Like the idea of having the lightning in the background, sure, of course, that's Raiden, but it just looks so bad. I should have done a better job with this. I should have made all this much more darker, much more black. And I could have probably done lightning myself. I didn't need to take this like image of lightning or electricity. It's probably not even lightning. It's probably just straight up electricity. Big ass dirty lens flare, gross. Right there. This font doesn't work all that well. I kind of find I like the other one better a bit more. The line work is a little bit more detailed. This fucking awful gauntleted hand. That looks bad. This fucking ass butt showing up here on his bicep. That's fucking stupid. I don't like this. I think his face looks okay. I like the shadows around his face, actually. I think that gives that Raiden that mysterious, like, ooh, who is he? Like, what is he? Type, sort of like, is he a god? Is he as powerful as a god? I kind of, while I still enjoy playing Raiden in games and stuff, I think they took away a lot of his mystique by making him like this giant bumble lord who talks a lot. I almost feel like the Mortal Kombat movie kind of made Raiden into like this mentor character, which I don't really like. I remember Raiden in Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 just by being out for himself and just wanting to, you know, take the tournament on his own terms by being like going into a mortal body, and I really liked that. And then after that, they just kind of made him, I don't know, less cool overall in terms of his personality and his backstory. Like playing as him, Raiden's, I always enjoy playing as him in Mortal Kombat games, but yeah, I really wish they could make him more into a human that's just, yeah, powerful but not too powerful, like a demigod maybe, and I don't know, and just like kind of rebooting Raiden altogether or something. The Dark Raiden stuff was kind of cool, but they didn't really, you know, go fully hard on that. So, you know, yeah, the lesser roads traveled. This sword is shit. Yeah, your soul is mine. Got the Shang Sunny. This is, I want to say I did this much after Deadly Alliance, because this is Shang Sun's Super Deadly Alliance look, although I did keep it in some of the latter MK games on the PS2, I think. It's a lot of work on that hair. You can see me just go, I'm gonna impress girls, and you can see him charging up like a big dumb soul fist or whatever. His costume in Deadly Alliance was really weird. It was just this very layered, padded out like cloak and dress, sort of. It was a little busy for Shang Sun, I feel. Shang Sun in MK3 I always thought looked awesome somehow. I don't know why. But this doesn't look too bad. I see I was kind of doing the same thing I was doing with Ermac earlier. Just take a black background, and it makes for a dramatic thing. A lot of the lighting here on his beard and his hair looks a little, yeah, washed out, not too great. When you're getting, you know, little baby Matt, when you're getting this close to a character, you should probably put more detail in, since you're so fucking close. You can see a lot of the reds got fucked up and then pixelation, because red does that. Well, back then it did it. It seemed to do it on all of my pictures. We have little soul molecules just floating around. That's pretty cool, I guess. It's not bad. He looks very sinister. I don't mind this much at all. I think it's still pretty cool. I don't know why I did it, because I wasn't that big of a Shang Tsung fan. I think I was just trying to do all the characters or whatever, and I didn't even get close. Alright, here we go. Still making Scorpion OCs. Do you like Spawn, Matt? Do you like Spawn? Yeah, you like Spawn. So, a lot of line work here. I think this was called The Birth of Scorpion, and I think the concept here was that, remember those big pillars in MK, I want to say 3 and Trilogy that were in the Netherrealm, those Netherrealm stages that had the big skeleton pillars and dead bodies and shit on them? I think this is Scorpion getting born off that, like they're spawned out of those pillars. So a Scorpion Hellspawn Spectre like rips himself off the back of it or something, with all these tendrils and then like sinew kind of. I should have made it bloody or whatever. His hands look fucking awesome. That looks cool. His eyes are really far apart. That's the only most egregious thing I can see with this. Way too far apart. But I think this looks super cool still. I don't know why. I always liked Scorpion, but not like to the point where I remember going, yeah, I gotta make weird fucked up Scorpion OC backstories and shit. Yeah, everyone's gonna love it. And a lot of this was all black. Like I just did it all in black pen. And I did remember this being a nightmare to color in because there's so much little tiny detail, and I didn't know how to properly not select pure blacks, and I was just trying to paint in. Just took forever to do, but there wasn't all that much to color. I just colored the yellow bits of his costume, then going into the white into these bony hands, and then this is obviously all black, so it was just basically like 1, 2-ish, 3 colors at the most, and the background was able to do oddly enough. You could see a lot of detail was lost around here. There's a switcher again. Hey, what's up? So, yeah, this actually kind of still holds up. I think I was planning to remake this drawing, like do it over again, and just kind of do it better. But you can see those big, gross Wolverine arms, fucking disgusting. Yo, here we go. Yo, Shredder Sub-Zero, how you doing? This is definitely deception time. Wow, this does not look bad, does it? Yeah, I really love this Sub-Zero design. Yeah, his mask is a little too Shredder-like, and that's what everyone thought, but I think the Shredder mask design was, kind of modeled after generalized samurais, Asian armor at the very least. And you see, I fucking had restraint. I said, let's not put a big, disgusting, dumb, swirling snowball in his arms. Let's just do a lot of detail, a lot of black. It works really well with the background. The line work is really good. I even think the lighting's not too bad. I don't see anything too horrible. There's some stuff. This shouldn't be that dark. It should be like, look how dark this one hand is. This should be just as much, I think. See, I was trying to do the gas coming out of his mask there, his breath rather. There's a lot of detail here, and I'm really surprised when I found this one. I was like, holy shit, this is not bad at all. Like, I'm actually really surprised. A lot of pen work around here. This took a long time, I'm sure. This is like the little fur that he had around his collar, which is weird because I wouldn't think Sub-Zero would get cold. Why would he? It's just to imply he's a winter warrior, This is stupid. This should just be black. I don't know why I felt the need to have that there. I'm just trying to look for little foibles, but it's you know what? I can't honestly hate on this too much. I still think this looks pretty dang cool. I'm actually surprised. So this can't even be deception. This is too good for the deception time frame. I must have done this around Armageddon or even later. Maybe not later, but Armageddon came out in 2006. I think Deception came out in 2004. So I wanted, 2006 makes much more sense to me. I don't think 2004 I was putting this amount of work into things. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised with this. A good drawing. They're gonna happen occasionally. Here we go. We have our Shaolin monks. Hello, Liu Kang. Hello, Kung Lao. This is God. I think I did this for a contest at mkorg.com or no, mk5.org. Sorry. There's some things that just straight up look off on Kung Lao. His little like bulbous thing for his head. This should be bigger. I think it's and it doesn't quite fit into it. See, his nose is going here, so it's just barely in there. This should have been a lot more wide and lower than what it is. It just looks kind of like he has this fucking goiter growing out of the top of his head. I think he's too bulky. I think I drew him way too bulky to really be Kung Lao there. I mean, even the actors that played Kung Lao were like, svelte, agile guys and not these fucking Schwarzenegger dudes. Kung Lao, Liu Kang looks, yeah, I think that's about his build. Maybe he's a bit roidy, Magoo, but there's a lot of good little bits of lighting here I can see, and doing two characters is very, very rare for me in one thing. I do believe this was a contest. There's some fucked up things on his fist. I don't know what the fuck's going on with his fucking fist. Guess where this background is from? This background is straight up from Prince of Persia, because you can tell from this sort of Middle Eastern design on these walls and such. It's not from a Mortal Kombat game at all, but again, Mortal Kombat is a melting pot of different cultural references and inspirations, so there's that. The spikes on his gauntlets look kind of stupid. I think I can see what I was going for the perspective here, but it just doesn't work. Look at this tiny little milk dud-like nipple right there. It looks kind of stupid. And it's the little detail on his pecs there. His pecs look pretty shitty, actually. His face, though, looks pretty cool. I was so hyped for Shaolin Monks. Man, you can also date this by saying this has to be 2005, maybe 6, because Shaolin Monks, I believe, did come out in 2005, so there's that. Oh, God. Ed Boon never stops teasing about a Shaolin Monks HD. I don't think it'll ever happen, though. If it was going to happen, it would have by now, I'd imagine. So this actually like kind of holds up. There's a mood in the lighting. You can see that there's a certain amount of thought put into the lighting. You can see there's this yellow tinge around Kung Lao's chest because I had some sort of yellow lighting around here in the background, so that works, right? And then there's one around here near Liu Kang, but fuck it, I didn't do it for him. I don't know why I did it, but you know, it's not bad. I think it's okay, but I could have done better, obviously. So I think this is for MK Armageddon. I have an inkling. So we have our main dude, Stryker. I like Stryker's costume back here. I didn't think it was too bad. Some people didn't like it, though. And we see him squaring off against Kintaro. It's actually like one of my favorite bosses in Mortal Kombat. And I really disliked his overhauled design in MK9. I much preferred how he looked in MK Armageddon. He looked more vicious and like mean, and in MK9 he just kind of looked like a creepy cat creature, like a little bit. I didn't really enjoy his design that much. And he's brutal. He has super cool fatalities and all that, but still. So you see I just slapped on an MK Armageddon. This is literally from the intro that I had running on before. There we got awful looking Jax and just a couple characters. You can see Cyrax there, and you see Shinnok fucking running. So we have this is the biggest crushing ever. Kintaro would fucking destroy Stryker. So you can see I was trying to go for a more painterly like coloring scheme, especially on Kintaro's skin here. Some of his tiger stripes look pretty lazy. I don't really like that. I just kind of took a brush and went shoo, 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 when I should have just drawn it in ink. But there's a lot of detail here. I think his expression's really cool. This is super fucked up. This is getting real bad over here, though. Okay, this is the back of his shoulder, right? We're looking at his back. And he has his neck craned at an like uncomfortable angle. Let's just leave it at that. And he's got this bony protrusion. I think it's supposed to be an elbow, and it's going. His arm must be so short, and then it's craning into the back of his fingers that are overlapping each one, but simultaneously none of them. Like I know he only has 3 fingers. Yeah, they only have 3. They have 2 fingers and a thumb. Shokan's do. So I don't. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Stryker looks okay. I think overall as a splash image, it's pretty cool, I guess. But, yeah, I guess that's all there is to say. And here we are with the Prince of Pain, Goro! Goro! Yeah! So, this is probably the best MK thing I think I might have done. I already see some inaccuracies, as any artist would do. In my DeviantArt video, a lot of people are saying, why are you being so harsh? That's just what you do. I don't know any artists that were like, oh yeah, I was always great. Look, all my work was flawless. You look back at old stuff and that's just how it is when you do creative shit like that. But I gotta say, I forget what I did this for. It was definitely, I put on mk5.org and all that, but I'm actually blown away with how much this like holds up in terms. Goro doesn't look naked. I'm gonna admit that he does look very, very naked. A big half human, half dragon wanger, probably just hiding right there from us. But I think I did a pretty decent job overall with a lot of different colors there. You see green of his skin. You see that kind of beigeish, a little bit of yellow. I think the lighting is pretty on point, actually. We have our light source is more or less from here, and it's kind of like this is appropriately darkish, and it kind of is going on fairly realistically. There's some spots, obviously, that are probably always going to be inaccurate. Hey, it's me. What are you going to do? His leg looks pretty decent there too. I do wish I kind of moved this arm a little bit to show like a clenched fist or like open at least. It's kind of a cheat hiding it behind this big guy over here. You can see I kind of blurred this arm a bit, which I don't think I needed to do. Since it's closer to the viewer, this is the focal point, and you can see that his arm gets progressively more blurry. I thought I was slick. It's okay. The blood splatter is kind of lazy too. It's not, it doesn't have perlighting blood. I just kind of took a blood brush and just dab, 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 dab. A little lazy. It should have a little bit of a shadow like this little blood drop, and that goes for all of them. But these fucking veins, man. Just fucking Roy Magoo beats Scott Steiner any day over here, Goro. Even his hair, it's a little lazy. I just kind of like went like this. And then look, I'm done. But it still looks cool. It's a nice swirl of his hair. The background, this is from Samurai Showdown, I want to say, maybe 4 or 5. So there's that, but I mean, at least it looks MK-y. I kind of do wish to compliment the kind of pretty good job I did here, I think. It would have been nice if I'd actually taken the time to do a background myself instead of just ripping it off from a game, but what can you do? I like that I remember that Goro has these weird green spots that sometimes he has in games, sometimes he doesn't, but in the canon, I believe he does. And his expression is pretty cool. I do like how one eye is more like open and like intense, and one's a little lazy. I think I was actually trying to do kind of like a grimace there. But overall, I think this is the best thing I've done in this grouping of weird MK fan art. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and if any other suggestions for weird videos I can do like this in the future. Pretty happy with this one, so this happens very rarely, but we're going out on a high note instead of a depressing low note. But thanks again for watching me troll my old art. I don't know how many of these I have left in the tank. There's only so much I can find online, but we'll see. I'll make some inquiries in the dark web and see if we can get anything going. But thanks again for watching, everyone, and we'll catch you next time I decide to look at my embarrassing shit.